Marlon, welcome to another instalment of Once Driven Forever Smitten. Saturday morning, and I should be going away to go and do something else, but I'm not. I'm still back on with the GL because after the successful drive home last Sunday, it's now developed a rattle for the top end. You can hear it right there, it's like dead quiet. Bit of way. Definitely got a noisy lifter or something in it, so the solution is going to have to go down to the unit and get the cam box and head from the 20NE that was in the blue Cavalier and see if we can switch the lifters over. And if the worst comes to the worst, the camshaft, but we don't really want to do that because that means we're losing the SRI cam. Right, let's go. So here's me going on about how great 2 litre 8 valve engines are, and I suppose that they are great on the basis you know where the engines come from and you haven't bought it out of somebody's garden shed where it's supposedly only ever been in one car, when in actual fact it's probably been in about 4 and done about 250,000 miles. So we replaced the bottom end because it was rattling like crazy, and we couldn't even use oversized big end shells on it, and now we've got a random rattle from the top end of it, which is quite frustrating because the car drives really very well. If I didn't have so many, I would be more than happy to have it as a daily driver. Focus ST in front of me here, and it's dry today. So it goes. Oh, don't go really slowly round here, come on, it's dry. I'm going to test out my Cavalier's handling on its dreadful tire. So the plan is, we reckon the engine's got some sort of knock for the bottom end, but we're just going to try and take the cam box off and fit the lifters from the other engine. I might just put the whole cam on actually from the original engine so it's reunited again, and we'll see if that quietens it down. If it doesn't, then the engine's getting launched into a skip. I've had enough of it. Right, well this is the cylinder head and cam box of the blue Cavalier's 2 litre 8 valve, the bottom end of which is now fitted in that with an SRI top end, which I regret doing. What a waste of time. So what we're going to do is take the lifters out of this, empty them out, fit them into that other head, and I might as well just chuck this cam box on it as well, and we'll see what that does to it. Hopefully quietens it down, but I'm not confident. You'll just want to see the oil dripping out of there. See, when I was moaning all last week about I couldn't get in to get into the bulkhead there to weld it with a grinder, look at that. This is what I definitely need. What's the make on it? Werkzeug. I don't know. Yeah, I need one of those. As that's the NE head on, I'm going to use this very fancy snap-on torque wrench to get our initial 25. It'll light up. There we go, it's lighting up there. Look at that. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There we go.
That's that. Just hold it neat, hold it real still. There you go, it's at 90.
90.
Set to 20.
Perfect.
You just need to mind what one you do.
Aye.
One.
Aye, you didn't even know the order.
I'll count down, even if you didn't get it in one swoop, you can do it in two.
Perfect. Scrap! Well, situation is, sounds like the wee ends are knocking on that C20NE bottom end that I tried to fit to the SRI top end. Swapped around the lifters and the cam just to see if it was anything to do with that, and that hasn't worked. So basically this engine's scrap, but at least it hasn't cost us anything. So the thing to think is what to do next. I can go back down to the unit and see if I can cobble together another 8 valver, or we dig out the B204 Saab engine, which has been sitting down there for a good few years, and install it into this, which would get it used up.
Sound. It was Jason before me in the screamer. He says, "I get clear." So top man, this is something I'm going to take more.
Kenzo's got a new van. He's over there. We're going to go and run the GL down to the workshop now, because I don't think the engine's got much more life left in it. I could go and blow a conrod out the side of the block for a laugh. That would make an interesting video. But I think what we'll do is we'll just go down and see if we can find some random 8 valve bits, and then on Sunday we'll just go and third time lucky. This is your new van.
Right.
It's good it's got a private reg on it, if your name was Flot Dan. That's a name, innit? Mr. Flot. That's alright. What is that, a 1300? That's alright, eh? Side door on it. Is it fair shite? Oh, it is. Oh, they look alright. They would do a turn on that Cavalier, wouldn't they?
They're summer, but they're decent tyres.
Oh, it'd be alright for a white car. Oh, that's handy. How long do you think it'll be before you go and put a gearbox in the back and tip gear oil out of the back of it? Flat row, right. Here's the plan. We're going to take this bucket of shite down the workshop. Right, that's it. It's going on its final journey with this engine in it. Down to the workshop. I'm going to ditch it down there and see if we can scrape together something 8 valve that's actually going to work. We've already had 2 attempts at it, so. There is, of course, one good solution if you've got a bad engine noise, and you can always just...
When a young man like that is given his opportunity, it's about taking that chance when it comes around.
Turn the radio up.
He's not just started as we talk.
Such a shame that the engine's knocking, because the car's driving beautifully. I hope we can find something down the unit. And I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to take the engine out again, I wonder if I've got a close ratio gearbox sitting in amongst the pile of crap down there, because these 8 valve engines really go well with the SRI gearbox attached, as opposed to this long ratio one, which I could probably use somewhere else further on down the line. So we'll see. I mean, so we're just sitting here right now, and it's like, you can hear it tapping all the time now, and it wasn't doing that last Sunday. Just when I did that video clip after I welded up the bulkhead, and I just started to hear a little bit of noise at the end of that. Sounds like an old Isuzu. You can hear it.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't move it here. Bang, bang, bang. I seen the woman in the water. Well,
I don't think it's got much left in it.
smell it coming out, haven't we?
This engine is not long for this world, like. Can't believe that using a whole load of old crap I've had lying about for years hasn't worked. Let's go and find some more crap that's been lying about for years and see if that works.
Must been too soon, but fair play to that wee van, like.
Flock row.
Fuck no.
Right.
Kenford and South, like. I think that's if it's clean, like.
Right. Master plan or not? Should I have just done this in the first place? I could just go and throw away the carburetor from the original 1800 and go and fit fuel injection to it. Would that work? Has anybody done it? Is it going to make much of a difference to the power? Find out. This is like a groundbreaking engine conversion, perhaps. I don't see why it wouldn't. The cam box has got a fuel pump on it there, but I can just put the cam box on off the oh, I could put the SRI cam in it. That would be interesting. Aye, see there's a mechanical fuel pump that runs off the cam on these.
Right.
But I could just split the cam box off it and go and put the cam box from the SRI on it. So you'd have an 1800 one SRI cam. Because the blocks are the same. It's just the pistons inside it will be smaller. Might as well, what have we got to lose? Like a day's work on a Sunday to go and put that in that. At a cost of zero, because it's just trash that's lying about anyway.
Then you get fucked up.
Aye, but it didn't get thrown out, you see. That's because it's going to prove useful. Mind you, I said that about the SRI.
Yeah, you did, aye.
I said that about the CD's engine, and that's scrap now, right? Right. I don't remember if I put a water pump on this engine or not, because I remember it was leaking out the water pump, which was one of the reasons I removed it, apart from the fact that it's an 1800 carb engine that's about to fall over. I honestly don't remember if I put a water pump in this or not. Seeing as there's one sitting up the house, I might as well just fit it in there anyway. That'll be fine. That was a tight one. Hopefully they'll all come out. Almost give them a good bang and shock the threads loose. go. It says 18NT on the pulley. I wonder if there's a difference. Nah, I never put a water pump on this. Oh no, I definitely never did. Oh, no, that's seized solid. Yep, good, good. That's alright, I've got that spare one up the road. That's fine. That's okay. That's our 1800 head removed. You see there, they've got a smaller indent in the piston, which is more similar to the SEH version, but I doubt it's going to make the slightest bit of difference. But it looks like it was okay. It was, as far as I remember. I think it was in need of a water pump more than anything. So, Saturday evening, plan tomorrow, get the seat in that, get it off the ramps. That can go on the ramps, and then I'm going to rebuild this. We've got an 1800 bottom end, a C20 NE cylinder head, and an SRI camshaft. What could possibly go wrong with any of that? The most annoying thing about the never-ending saga of the GL is keeping me away from this. I should be getting this. Oh. Look at that, nearly all the warning lights go out. Current's okay. Yeah, I need to get a move on with this thing, never mind messing about with that. If this doesn't work out tomorrow, I'm gonna complain about it some more. Lovely Scottish summertime. I'm going to go next to the coolant outside there first anyway, actually. Sunday morning, got the Cavalier GL back in the ramps to remove the engine again. Won't take me anywhere as long as it did the last time when I did it in the drive, because at least I've got the workshop in the ramps here. Yeah, let's see how long it takes me. We'll check the time out. It is 11 o'clock at the moment. So we'll see how long it takes me to extract this. Right, I'm going to remove the subframe here, and what I would ideally want is somebody to give me a hand or something to support it, but I don't, so I'm just going to let it crash on the floor. And forget to turn off my notifications so my phone's not going ding through the recording. dropped onto the ground like the last time. It's much easier to move. So now I can just raise the car up there. Just make sure this power steering comes through it, which it is now. I'm so graceful when I do these things. Day to play. Believe it or not, it's the same day. Well, you probably could believe that in Scotland. It's now sunny. Piece of junk, 2 litre 8 valve bottom end, part 2 is out. Big messy pile of car parts are sitting there. SRI, cam, C20NE head, 18 SV bottom end, which I need to give a clean up seeing as it got rained on from a leak in the roof last night. Fire it back in there, see if it works. Will it work? I've got no idea. Give this a dust out, make sure there's no everything lines up on that, okay. Pop our SRI cylinder head on. To convince it to fit in there. And there. Lovely. Sticking the hydraulic lifters back in. I emptied of oil first for a change. Well, here we go again. See how this works out. All my thrust pads and everything are okay on there. That's just a little bit of brake cleaner dropping out it, if you can see that camera, which is okay. So I'm just putting the belt on it now. And I think we still need a wee bit. And you just adjust the tension off the water pump like that before you tighten the screws in on it. I'm going to go on this time. Yes, so that's us on there, and then just to tension it back out again, we just
You got that handheld torch?
don't know where it is. I'm going to just put it on the desk or something somewhere. My toolbox, I don't know. That's a coolant bridge, starter motor alternator all on, it all goes on in one piece. Got this, and then my manifold fired on. We'll just give it a quick burn over. Make sure it all times up okay, no reason why it shouldn't. And it's always important to check it. We're coming round to the top. Yep, and we're dead in line with the notch there, dead in line with the notch there. When I said the last time that I wish I hadn't left the long gears on it, well, there's a Mark 1 Astra GT gearbox sitting over there, so might as well just try that and see what it does. Let me just fit this back mount onto it. Right, I've got the engine bolted up to this old F16 that I bought in like 2007. You know it's an old one because it's got this inspection port on the side of it. This came from a Mark 1 Astra GTE which had a 1.8 turbo conversion. So probably a bit to find that it's got no second gear or something in it. But aside for that, this is now ready to get bolted into the car. Right, watch that power steering pump as it comes down. Class that. Right, so we'll see if it's going to start or not. Or make a horrendous noise. Oh! Hi, that's alright. That we've managed to answer a question that nobody has ever asked. Can you build an 18 SEH engine? Apparently you can. I'm interested to see what it goes like. Just going to go and close the bonnet, that would help. Here we go then, project 18 SEH, here we go. See if it's going to behave itself this time on its third engine. I swear to goodness, if it knocks like crazy, I'm going to be so unimpressed. I would also prefer it if it didn't overheat or do any other antisocial Vauxhall behaviours. It's got the F16 from the Mark 1 Astra GTE in it, but what difference that makes, I don't actually know. I know that the Mark 1 Astra GTEs weren't as short ratioed as the earlier Mark 2 1800s. But we're at too low a speed for me to tell, plus the rev counter in this has started to be funny, it's not showing the revs properly. Because I'm going to have to go and dig out in amongst all my pile of half knackered dash clocks and go and see if I can find a rev counter, because I don't think I've got a complete set. That's good, the temperature's coming down as we're getting on the move. Brilliant. This is all going great so far.